You know, maybe it's just human nature, but most of us think we're pretty good drivers. But a new ranking of best drivers by Allstate Insurance shows people in some cities are a lot better than others. And we found a big difference between our rival cities across the bay.
Maybe the driving skills on display each year in the St. Pete Grand Prix rub off on everybody else. But whatever the reason, St. Petersburg easily beat Tampa in a new ranking of America's best drivers. Random people aren't surprised. Between St. Pete and Tampa, who do you think has the best drivers?
St. Pete.
Why do you say that?
Less congested.
I would say St. Pete.
St. Pete.
While St. Pete ranked 58th out of 200 cities, Tampa sits at a dismal 160. Drivers here getting into an accident every 7.5 years on average. The nationwide average is 10 years. It doesn't mean Tampanians are bad drivers like this guy whose sad attempt to exit a parking lot went viral this week on YouTube. It mostly has to do with the concentration of drivers.
You just simply have more people on the road, so more people would increase your likelihood of having an accident.
Allstate also factors in the weather, which, as we all know, can make it treacherous to even leave the house. They recommend checking the weather and traffic before heading out to lessen your risk of having a bad car day.
Of course, we all want to be safer drivers, but our cars have to be safe too. Insurance companies remind us to make sure the headlights, tire tread, and windshield wipers are all in good shape.
Don't text while driving, don't talk on the phone, don't change the radio station, don't try to eat, put on makeup, any of those types of things that decrease your attention to the road.
The Allstate survey says the best drivers are in Fort Collins, Colorado. The worst are in Worcester. But don't get too comfortable, St. Petersburg. Not everybody is a fan of your driving.
I used to work in St. Pete, and getting across certain streets and trying to just merge into traffic, they are very, very ugly about that.
Well, the good news is this. Tampa and St. Petersburg both moved up in the good driver rankings compared to last year. Well, a lot of you are a little fired up about this story on Facebook today. We asked you which city you thought had safer drivers, Tampa or St. Pete, and the voting in our unofficial and unscientific poll is going on right now. There you see it, 51% for Tampa, 49%, but in fact it was St. Pete safer by a long shot.